And we're joined in the studio by Laura Claveria, or something similar. Welcome, Laura. Nice to see you.
Hi, thank you very much.
Great. So you are Heritage Engagement and Learning Officer at St Mary's Cathedral, which is on
Yes, I am.
Norfolk Street near the Crucible.
Yes, that's right.
Great. So can you tell us a little bit about your role at the Cathedral?
Yes, of course. I work on a really exciting heritage project at St Mary's Cathedral, which is the Catholic Cathedral in Sheffield. And this project aims to share the heritage of St Mary's with everyone in Sheffield and beyond. And by heritage, we mean the history of St Mary's, the building, the art, the stories of people that make up St Mary's Cathedral. And this is an HLF-funded project, and HLF is the Heritage Lottery Fund. And we just started last year, and this project has like two big strands. On the one hand, we have a conservation work, and this is all about restoring some really special features at St Mary's. We have a really rare Lewis organ from the 19th century. We also have a beautiful hand-painted wall tiles, and we also have a pre-Reformation alabaster panels, so they are really like unique. So and on the other hand, we've got an engagement and learning program, and this program is all about sharing that heritage, those special features with everyone. And we do lots of activities and events, and I work with a really nice and fantastic group of enthusiastic volunteers, and we are organizing different activities and events such as guided tours, organ demonstrations, and so on and so on. So we are really busy at the moment.
Yeah, lovely. So St Mary's is the Catholic Cathedral in Sheffield, and it's also very important historically.
It is, yes, it is.
What would you say are the main features of the building?
Well, St Mary's is really special because it's a Victorian church. It was built in 1850, and at that time it was one of the very few places where Catholics could worship in the city. So this means that like Catholics in Sheffield put a lot of effort to make it really beautiful and really, really different and special. At that time, it was not a cathedral yet, but in some way or another, I think that parishioners felt that it will become a cathedral sometime. This wouldn't happen until the 1980. But just even in the 19th century, they put all the effort to make it really special. And we've got features, for example, we've got stained glass windows from the Victorian times, and we've got one designed by Pugin, who is one of the most, important architects in the UK.
Ah, lovely. Great. So what are the Heritage Open Days?
Well, Heritage Open Days is the UK's biggest heritage festival or event. So it's just a few days, always at the beginning of September, 4 days. They start tomorrow, actually. And during these days that take place, every year at the beginning of September, lots of different institutions open up their doors and offer different activities and events. Last year, for example, over 4,000 events took place in the UK, which is like amazing, and over 3 million visitors were welcomed by these organizations. Here in Sheffield, for example, this year we've got nearly 80 institutions taking place, and there are lots of things going on, really.
Yeah, lovely. So St Mary's are opening your doors to people who might not have been before, and the open days start tomorrow?
Yes, that's right. And so we are planning lots of different exciting activities and events. For us, it's really important. It's the biggest family-friendly event of the year, which means that everyone is welcome, and we are really looking forward to open up our doors. These events are really important because they break barriers, if you know what I mean, like in terms of money or also cultural barriers. All the activities are free, and everyone is welcome regardless of their faith or their backgrounds and so on. So I think these events are really important. And in our case, we are offering, as I said, different activities and events. For example, on Friday, we've got a talk on St. Mary's exquisite stained glass windows. This talk will start at 5:30, and visitors who join us will be able to learn more about the history and the hidden symbolism of these stained glass windows. And the talk will be delivered by Deacon Bill Burlake, who is the real expert about these things. And on Saturday, for example, we've got a tour at 10 a.m. This tour is something I really like, is Around the World from St. Mary's Cathedral, because sometimes it is possible to, visit the whole world or have a grasp of the world from just one place. And in this tour, we are inviting visitors to discover the links that St. Mary's has with other places around the world. For example, they will be able to enjoy and admire artworks from Italy, from Poland, from Germany, and fascinating war and emigration stories at the same time.
Yeah, lovely. So lots going on from tomorrow till Sunday. How much do the events cost?
Well, all events are free, and that's very, very important. It's one of the key parts of the Heritage Open Days.
Lovely. And do we need to book?
Yes, absolutely. Some of the activities are drop-in. For example, we have the talk, which is pre-booked. I'll start over. The talk is just drop-in. You don't have to book in for that one. Mm-hmm. But for example, the tour is pre-booked. They have to go into our website. And there are other activities as well. For example, we've got a bell ringing demonstration. We have 2 bell ringing demonstrations on Saturday. One started at 11 and another one at 11:30. And these are really rare opportunities to discover the bell ringing chamber that we've got at St. Mary's. Otherwise, it's always closed. So that's a really good opportunity. Yeah,
lovely. Because I heard you're also, as St. Mary's Cathedral, taking part in the 500 Bells Tower Challenge.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
So, can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, it's really exciting because Heritage Open Days has encouraged all bell towers across the country to open up their doors and to welcome visitors, and we are definitely one of them. So, for example, on Thursday we'll take part in a big collective bell ringing event, and hopefully, these 500 bell towers will ring all at the same time. So it's like simultaneously. It's going to be really exciting. And also, alongside this, on Saturday, we'll have the bell ringing demonstrations at 11 and 11:30.
Lovely. So are other things planned for Saturday?
Yes, I'm really, really excited about our Victorian party. Our Victorian party is going to be the biggest event during these Heritage Open Days, and it's all about taking people back in time to the Victorian times. We are celebrating the fact that St. Mary's has been part of the city for over 160 years, and we are transforming St. Mary's into what it was at the time when it was built. So we are transforming the interior. We are also welcoming visitors with costumes from the Victorian times, and we will be offering as well free cake to everyone. So that's really exciting. In addition, we will have free activities for children and families, like crafts activities and so on, and live music. Our organist will be playing that day as well as, for example, storytelling activities and so on and so on. So it's going to be really busy, and it's going to be really dynamic and fun. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. So that's all free.
And that's all free. Yeah, even the cake.
Brilliant. Yeah. And what time is that on Saturday?
That will start at 1:30 on Saturday until 4:30.
Fantastic. So that's the open days. Can people visit the cathedral at other times as well?
Yes, during the Heritage Open Days, apart from the events I just mentioned, the people can just visit us from 9:30 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But if they are busy for some reason during this weekend, they can always come back another time, and they will always be welcome. Just please check our website in case there are some special events or there are some religious celebrations taking place there.
Yeah, lovely. So why do you think these open days are so important, Laura?
Well, I think the Heritage Open Days are really important because I don't know if most, but many of the institutions that take part in these Heritage Open Days, they are volunteer run. So that means that they are really small institutions and they are making a big effort to open up their doors during these days, and also because, for example, in Sheffield we have so many treasures and most people don't know about them. So it's thanks to events like this that people can, discover the treasures in the city. And we have to be aware of that. We have to treasure our treasures, and which is actually the theme of this Heritage Open Days, of this year's Heritage Open Days, because we have to make sure that we take this legacy and in some way transfer it to the future generations.
Sounds lovely. So can we just run through the details again? It's the St Mary's Cathedral Heritage Open Days, starting tomorrow till Sunday.
Yes.
Everything's free. And how do we find out more?
Well, if people want to find out more information, they can visit our website, which is www.stmarycathedral.org. And Mary there is as in the French version, ending in IE. And also on our Facebook or Twitter accounts, which are... Our Twitter account is at What's On SMC Chef, and our Facebook account is just What's On at St Mary's Cathedral, Sheffield.